Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into some excerpts from Love Righteousness, Seek God.
That's right.
Our goal really is to get at the core message here about righteousness and, how it connects up with life, with wisdom.
It's an ancient text offering some pretty direct guidance, you could say, on living and understanding the divine.
Okay, so let's jump in. The first thing, this fundamental call, love righteousness, you who judge the earth. Think of the Lord in goodness and seek him in integrity of heart. Pretty clear start.
It is, and what jumps out, I think, is that it's talking directly to people with responsibility, you who judge the earth. Makes it feel very grounded.
Yeah, not abstract theory. It's about real action.
Right. And then linking that inner goodness, that integrity, to actually seeking the divine, it suggests our own moral compass is like the starting point for that connection.
So it's about what's inside, not just appearances. And it says, the divine is found by those who do not test him.
And manifests himself to those who do not disbelieve him.
Yeah. Which sounds like you need a certain kind of openness. Like maybe being too skeptical gets in the way.
That seems to be the implication. And the flip side is pretty stark. Perverse thoughts, separate from God.
Okay, so it's not just bad thoughts are bad. It's like they actively create distance.
Exactly, a natural consequence. And foolishness gets rebuked almost automatically. Wisdom, the text says, well, it avoids people plotting evil, people burdened by sin. Like, it has an instinct for goodness.
That's quite an image, wisdom actively steering clear. And this Holy Spirit of discipline,
Yeah.
it flees deceit.
Yes. It reinforces that idea. It's not like some arbitrary punishment. It's more like oil and water. The wickedness and this divine spirit, they just don't mix. They naturally separate.
Okay, so wisdom isn't just being clever. It's tied deeply to, well, morality.
Absolutely. It's called a kindly spirit, which is interesting.
Kindly.
But then, right away, it says it will not acquit the blasphemer of his words. So it's benevolent, sure, but it doesn't look the other way on wrongdoing.
No free passes.
No. And then you get this powerful idea of God as a witness, not just to actions, but to our inner thoughts, our hearts, our words. Nothing's hidden.
It definitely raises the stakes for, your internal monologue.
Doesn't it?
The text warns that wicked words, they don't just vanish. They're noticed. They have consequences. It connects our inner world directly to what happens next.
Which leads right into the need to guard what we say and do, because even, like, quiet grumbling doesn't go unheard.
Right, and the warning against slander, against lying. The mouth that tells lies destroys the soul. That's intense.
It really is. It sees words as having real destructive power.
And connecting that further, there's this warning. Don't court death by the error of your life.
Yeah, that's a striking phrase. Courting death.
It sounds like more than just physical death, right? Like a kind of spiritual ruin from bad choices.
I think so. But then immediately the contrast. God did not make death.
Okay.
Nor does he rejoice in the destruction of the living. So creation itself is presented as wholesome, good, meant for life.
Intended for life.
And then the really key line, I think, righteousness is undying.
Wow. Undying. That's profound.
It is. And it sets up this huge contrast with the wicked. The text says they invited death. They made a covenant with it.
Like they actively chose it, saw it as an ally.
That's how it's portrayed, a fundamental choice, a kind of alignment with destruction instead of the life God intends.
So putting it all together, the core message seems incredibly clear. Righteousness isn't just a moral code.
No, it's presented as something much deeper, a principle that's fundamentally aligned with life itself.
And choosing that path leads towards, well, wholeness, life. While wickedness is inherently self-destructive.
Exactly. The consequences aren't, just handed down from outside. They seem to flow naturally from the choices themselves, from aligning with life or with its opposite.
It really underscores the life-giving nature of choosing what's right. Okay, so maybe a final thought for you, the listener. If we take this idea seriously, that righteousness is undying, fundamentally connected to life itself, how might that change the way you look at your own choices, your daily actions?
What does living in alignment with that kind of enduring principle actually look like day to day?
It's definitely something to think about. A powerful lens. Thanks for exploring this with us today.